podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Okay, my lid's low, but then lid's low. You know it started out piss po. Nothing like your kin folks. Fuck like I do it like this. I got all the belts, young Klitschko. If you want smoke, flame on. The only problem with that, Holmes, you got a glass jaw and I'm Roy Jones. Speak on my name, let me find out. Border wars, blow your lights out. Mono a mono, we grind out. Throw in the towel, no calling the time. Flipping niggas call over, I'm the new Earl Smith. Top rank, die niggas still sitting on the bench. Stiff jab, left hook, right hook. Got a glitch, Vaseline all on me, so they blame it on the drip. I've got an unorthodox style, new for your mans. And shout out to Jimma, shout out to Francis. All of my competition touch the canvas. Most of them going home in ambulance.
All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, and we're going to be doing our Border Wars series. We got an Unguarded interview with Carlos Mendoza from Watertown, Wisconsin, trained by Adrian Rowan, and looking to get in the ring and do some damage to Sir Isaac French, I believe is the last name. But Carlos, how are you? What's going on? And now, obviously, we have Sleepyhead, Francis, the praying mantis in the building as well. But what's up?
Yo, Carlos, what's up, man?
Oh, not much, man. Just chilling.
Awesome. Another day, another show, another time to talk some boxing, man. We got a big event coming up. That's right, Border Wars 11, right. June the 12th. Get in the ring and swing. And Carlos is looking to get in the ring and swing against who?
He's going against Isaac French.
Sir Isaac French.
Isaac, who says he's, recovering from respiratory issues. But we got the chance to see you, Carlos, and you're young. You're young and energetic. How old exactly are you?
I'm 17.
17. Wow. So that is a lot of youth. Man, you look like a grown man, though. How long you been boxing?
For like around 7 or 8 months, honestly. I just started this September.
Wow, 7 or 8 months. Now, how are you going to be able to handle defeat at 17 years old? Does that cross your mind?
I mean, honestly, if it's my first fight, the first loss isn't that bad. That's you knowing where you're at, and then, okay. So if I lose here, now I know what I need to work on next time so I don't lose again.
So what made you want to join Border Wars?
Adrian told me about it. My coach, he was like, we're gonna host Border Wars at Watertown here. I'd want you to sign up. I was like, okay. I'm gonna talk to my mom and I'm just making it happen now.
So, any concerns not knowing your opponent? I guess in person, never really seeing him before other than tape.
No, not really. It's kind of like a street fight, I guess. So you just go out there and you see somebody that you don't like, and of course, if you don't know the person, you're not really going to be too fond of them either way. So you just go in there, feel them out for a little bit, and that's when you start cracking down. You know what I'm saying?
Now, being as though this is your first fight, how do you plan to go into it? Because you just said feel out. These are 2-minute rounds, only 3 rounds total. So is there even time to feel out your opponent?
Well, for the first round, I'll feel them out for that first minute, and then I'm just going to go all in after that. I'm going to leave it all out there.
Speaking of going all in and leaving it all out there, from the sparring that I've seen, it looks like that's your style, like making sure that the other person across the ring from you knows that you are the more dominant and stronger fighter. Is it safe to say that, or did I assess you wrong?
Nah, I'd say that's how I am, yeah.
Okay. So would you label yourself a boxer puncher, or a puncher?
Boxer puncher, because I do like to move around the ring. I'm not just a brawler. You know what I'm saying?
So, where did you pick up your style? Is that just something you picked up training with Adrian? Specific fighters you've been looking at as you've been coming up? Where would you say you adapted that style that you do have?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I kind of just look at a bunch of different things and I just put it all together. I don't really have a specific style. I kind of just like to use anything that I see looks interesting or something that actually might be useful for me in the ring.
Yeah.
So, what makes you think you're ready for a fight? Because not only is this a fight, but it's going to be under the lights. It's going to be in front of a live crowd. I think it's totally different from an amateur fight where it isn't necessarily this sort of environment. It's not a nighttime affair. There isn't alcohol being sold. So I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Well, I figured that this is probably something I want to do for my career. So I feel like I need to get started almost as soon as possible, because getting out there in the long run will let them know, it's like, oh, he's been doing this for this long. So I feel as if I've been working hard enough to know that, yeah, I think I'm ready to do this.
How many rounds of sparring would you say you've gotten in thus far? And I don't mean, starting 7 months ago. I mean, once you decided to tell Adrian, you know what, I want to sign up, I want to be part of Border Wars, and he said, all right, this is your opponent. How many sessions would you say you've gotten in?
Well, I train every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So every day he's been making me go 8 2-minute rounds straight. So I'm getting a lot of sparring.
8 2-minute rounds.
Straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Straight.
Different opponents.
Yeah, different people every time.
I think I did see you with the bar headgear where it's got like a bar in the front. Was that, or did I not? Or was it like a
No. It just around the chin and a little bit of the cheeks.
Okay, so a cheek protector, chin protector. All right, and I'm sure I asked you in person, like, are you guys worried that might give you a false sense of confidence? Meaning, like, you may think you can take more punches than you can, but that's not a headgear that you'll be able to use in the fight.
Right. Yeah, you did say something like that.
Well, what do you think about that? Like, have you tried wearing other headgear just to get used to it or ready for it?
No, I was thinking about it actually, because I know Adrian does have a couple of headgears like that. So probably the next time I go in, I'll see if I can use one of those instead then.
And I mean, like you said, you're only 17. Or do you look at this and you're like, damn, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be fighting a man, or does that not cross your mind?
That doesn't cross me at all, man. I'm always sparring Adrian. Adrian's how many? 15 years older than I am. You know what I'm saying?
He's pretty old.
And then, yeah. And there's also another guy. There's another guy that goes down there. He's just a little bit younger than Adrian. So it doesn't bother me at all. I'm always fighting grown men all the time.
So what would you say is the most you've learned from Adrian since being under his care, in terms of, since his fight is, like, been on the table and you took the fight, like, what have you learned most about him from when you just started?
Adrian's taught me a lot of foot movement. Before, I would just sit there and I would just Mexican box it the whole time. But Adrian was like, no, you can't keep taking those hits like that. You got to move around the ring, keep your guy ready, always reset him. So just for a long time, probably like 4 months straight, we just worked on a lot of foot movement. And it worked out for me for the better, and I love it so much.
Did it make it any more real when you seen the guys in Wisconsin talking about Border Wars? Myself, Nestor, and Alex.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was like, wow, this is really gonna happen. This is probably the first best fight I'll probably have.
Lovely. What exactly are you looking forward to with this experience at Border Wars? What are you looking to get out of this experience?
Just my first fight. I just need the experience to go in, so then when I go into the USA boxing league, I'll know, like, okay, this is what it's like actually fighting a real opponent.
Do you have a ring walk or a ring song prepared?
I haven't really thought about that too much. Probably just put on like a classic, like a Tupac song or something.
Which Tupac? 17-year-old still thinking about Tupac. What you got? What you got for me?
Thinking Troublesome 96.
Okay.
There you go. He went. He didn't go with the nothing like
Major, yeah.
out there mainstream. I love it. Troublesome 96. I'm gonna have to look. I'm an old head. I should have known that. I'm gonna have to look it up. See how.
That's what's up, man. That means that you're pretty focused and you're ready to go. But yeah, take a chance and think about the ring walk and stuff. There's gonna be a lot of people in the building, and are you concerned of all about nerves and anxiety going into the ring?
Yeah,
you know?
who's coming? Who's gonna be there for you?
I don't know. Probably a lot of my friends are gonna come. My mom and my stepdad. My dad's gonna be there, of course. My family. It is a little nerve-wracking thinking about it, but at the end of the day, you can't really be too nervous, and you just got to focus in on what's in front of you.
But what's the nerves? Fighting in front of your mom or just the fight in general?
Just a fight in general.
Definitely understand that, man. That first fight's always tough. You know, Adrian's in the chat, but I would recommend you sit down, have a good talk with him, and look for some sparring not in your gym. Someone that you don't know, that you've never seen, so that when he comes in, you do feel those butterflies, because you have to replicate or simulate that, because on fight night, you won't know Isaac, and you will have those butterflies and those thoughts. Better to start getting them now before it gets fight night.
Yeah, before fight night. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Any message for your opponent? I heard Adrian was asking me about height. Is that something that you wanted to know? Is that something you were concerned about?
Yeah. I just gotta know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's taller than me. Most people are. I just need to know how tall he is exactly, just so I can picture it a little bit, because I know he's gonna be around the same weight, of course.
I could check it out. I'm sure he sent me. I just got to go back through all our messages, but I don't think he's that tall. I just think he looks tall because he's definitely like lean. He looks very much in shape. Like yourself, you look thicker though. You look like you have more muscle density or mass. He looks longer, taller, maybe leaner. But again, he's got his phone on this footage from the bottom up. So it's like he sat it on the floor and he's recorded himself. You won't know really until you see him in person. But I'm sure he filled out the questionnaire, so I'm just buying time to look for the answers. Thanks. He's 5'7". How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Oh, there you go. And he weighed 145 at the time, but obviously he's taking this fight at. You guys are fighting 135 or 140?
140.
140. So he only had to lose those 5 pounds, and that was February 10th. 5'7". He's played football and track and field in high school, but he's 30 years old. So you are 13 years younger.
Taking on the task, man.
Yo, I'm still the best OG. I'm still the only one that fought someone 20-something years younger than me. That's me. So, 13 is still, listen. You got the youth advantage on him. Now you gotta make him feel that, because being young, you should have that stamina. You should have that desire and willingness to win, that fire in your belly. Unlike him at 30, he's already been through a few ups and downs in life, man.
Facts.
You're 17, you got the whole life in front of you so far. Now, what does your mom and dad say about this? For one, it's in a bar. For two, you're fighting a complete stranger. Do they see that this is preparation for what it is that you want to do in the future, which is amateurs?
Well, so my dad, my real dad, he's all for it. He wants me to do boxing. He loves that I do boxing.
Cool.
My stepdad, he doesn't have a problem with it. He enjoys that I'm doing a sport. He'd much rather have me play football or something, though. My mom, she hates it. She doesn't want me to do it at all.
Oh, wow.
At all, yeah. But I mean, I told her this is
Why?
something I really want to do. All she hears is just the bad stories. Oh, you get head trauma and you're getting knocked out, dying, something like
too.
that.
You got to let her know.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that.
Yep. Yeah, she didn't want me to do football either, but I told her at that time when I really enjoyed football, I was like, that's something I want to do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's just nervous about me getting hurt. I just remember coming in the house from
I just hope.
after boxing was done. I had to walk in with a couple black guys. And she'd be like, "Tell them no more face shots, no more face shots." I'm like, "That's not gonna work, Mom.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work."
Wow.
So, are you planning on having a girlfriend or like a love interest there at the fight to watch you fight?
No, not really. I mean, I'm not really focused on that type of stuff right now.
Good. No, I'm just trying to see what pressure is on you. I
Right.
fought in front of my lady before. I don't like it. You know, I recommend people don't do it, especially not your first fight. But I gotta ask. I don't know who's gonna be there supporting you, and it could be a love interest, and you could be adding pressure onto yourself. Who knows?
Right.
How was it your first time sparring? Like, walk me through it. Like, you know, in terms of what you felt, and how you reacted.
So my first time ever sparring, it wasn't too bad. So that was me just basically learning how to set up my jabs, 1-2s, just throwing in a little bit of hooks and uppercuts there. So it wasn't a whole lot of me going in. It was mostly me just kind of working on some defense and figuring out how am I going to block this shot or slip this shot. And then when the second round came in, I started throwing a little bit more, and I started getting more tired and more tired. So every time I threw a punch, and the other person, they kind of had a little bit more on me. So after I got super tired, they would just completely bombard me with a bunch of shots, and it did not feel good.
Wow. Didn't feel good, man.
Yeah, you know.
But I guess you got better with over time, right?
Yeah,
how long did it take you before you sparred again?
About a week.
Okay.
Not bad. Got back in there. Got right back in there.
Yeah, right back
Yeah.
in there. Jumped on that bike, man. Jumped on that bike.
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say, yeah. So you know what, Carlos? It's good to know. Like, we came out to Wisconsin, and everybody's, you know, the fighters in Wisconsin are talking the talk. That, you know, they want to make sure that they come out with the victory. And what would you say is gonna separate you in this fight, man? Without giving the game plan to get you a win. What kind of preparation have you done?
Worked out a lot of stamina, make sure I'm eating right. Of course, working as hard as I can every time I go in and train. Make sure I'm mentally prepared. That's a huge thing. I can't just get there and break down right away. Just thinking about it over and over.
Break down.
What's your game plan in your mind? Like, you know, obviously not the fight game plan, but do you have some sort of game plan? Are you giving it some sort of thought on how not to overexert yourself, on how not to have, you know, an energy dump? I mean, you look at your trainer, and he got tired in his last fight. You know, people were begging for both of those guys to throw more punches. What are you doing to make sure that doesn't happen?
Honestly, I'm just thinking about my breathing. Breathing is probably one of the most important things. I know when all you three guys came, Dooney was telling me a lot about the breathing part and how I should be going through my nose and make sure that every time I'm throwing a punch, I should be breathing correctly, because when you're throwing as hard as you can and for a long time, it does get tiring. It makes you not want to throw anymore.
Definitely makes you not want to throw anymore, man. So what would you say is the punch that came naturally the easiest to you? Like, you would go home and you're like, damn, I did that well, and I can do that well. What punch is that?
A left uppercut.
Left uppercut. And you're orthodox or southpaw?
Southpaw.
Southpaw. Okay, so your backhand uppercut. And when you noticed it, is that something you worked on more, or because it's that natural punch, you're working on others?
I'd say I would work on my left uppercut a lot, because I knew that'd probably be one of my killer punches when I made somebody puke with it.
Wow. Would you hit him to the body?
Yeah, right to the body. Just did a little quick shift over, boom, up to the stomach.
Nice. And that's another thing. I did see that you use your feet a lot for angles. But I did see you kind of do this, kind of
the hands.
shuffling of the hands,
The
and
bum,
I'm
with the
fearful
hands.
sometimes you can get time, like maybe
Counted in
they'll
between.
count the seconds it takes to go down to, and then
Yeah.
pop you in between there. But you definitely use angles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, any social media where people can follow your journey and the journey to come?
Yep.
Yeah, man. I got Instagram and I'm on TikTok and all that.
All right.
tell the
Are you
people.
active?
Yeah, I normally post about once to twice a week.
Okay. Well, wow, that's not active. Once or twice a week.
Well, I mean,
He's in school, so
mean-
you know how that go. But yo, tell the people where they can find all those social medias.
yeah, I got it all under the same name. So if you just go CM_boxing, you'll find me.
See him. So, who's your favorite fighter of all time?
My favorite fighter of all time. Errol Spence Jr.
Oh, wow. Nice.
EJ, the big fish.
You made this guy happy.
You already know, man. We're
Yeah.
friends already, man. Big
Yeah,
fish all
yeah,
day
yeah.
long. Smart man. Oh man.
What's
We had a
up?
question that we were asking Wisconsin, but I can't remember what it is right now. It was just on the tip of my tongue. We asked everybody that we're interviewing. We asked them a question. But besides the point, Carlos, send a message to your opponent, man. What do you want to say to your opponent?
Well, I mean, if you want to call me food, man, you better back that up in the ring. Otherwise, it's not going to be good for you.
He definitely called
Just
you
know
food.
that.
He definitely called you food. He
That's
said
great.
you and James tree fry with food.
With food.
He said, give me either one. They both food.
Damn.
But listen, Carlos, man, you already know what energy to bring, man, because he trying to cook you, so you better put him on the skillet, man. But we appreciate you taking out the time to give us this quick interview and letting the world and the community know a little bit about you. We look forward to seeing you June 12th, man. Get in the ring and swing, champ.
Yes, sir.
You there?
Yeah, thank you, man. Yep.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
inviting me out here. It's pretty fun doing this stuff.
No problem.
Stay injury free, man.
Yes, sir. Till the next one, brother. Stay up. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos Mendoza is going to be fighting Isaac French on our Border Wars show in Wisconsin. It's going down. Listen, you can join us. We're going to be going live in 15 minutes at 6:15 Eastern time. We're going to be doing a show on Deontay Wilder once again, as Fury has come out and dropped some, big time news. He is claiming that Deontay Wilder asked for $20 million to step aside. So, Chisora thought they would have to pay 80. Fury indicating Wilder asking for 20. But Team Wilder looks like they're saying it's bullshit. So join us right here on youtube.com/Thaboxingvoice. The link is in the chat to the next video. If you want to join us there, you can just click the link in the chat and catch us there in 15 minutes. We'll be going live. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Next up, Sports Talk, NEX, UP Sports Talk. You know to catch me, man. The Way in Boxing on IG and The Way on YouTube. Peace.